Hello, my little pretties. It's your mistress, Lioness here, and today we have a new video. Now, I've reviewed pretty good movies so far of the Shrek movies. Like, the first one was good, and Shrek 2 was honestly amazing. But now, today, I'm going to review this movie, and it's called Shrek the Third. Now, Shrek the Third came out in 2007, and to me, it's an alright movie, but there are negatives that I do have to make a mention of. But before I get on with the negatives, I'm gonna say right now that I will be spoiling everything about Shrek the Third. So if you've not seen Shrek the Third, I highly recommend you click off this video and check it out if you need to, or if you want to check one of my other videos out, you're more than welcome to do so. Alright. Now, basically, this is taking place, like, after the second Shrek movie. And basically, what this movie is about Prince Charming, the villain, who wants to try to take over Far, Far Away to impress his mom. Well, fairy godmother, who died in the second movie. So he basically tries to do that. However, Shrek and Fiona were both next in line to be the next king and queen of Far, Far Away. But however, Shrek does not want to be king since King Harold died. He does not want to be Shrek does not want to be king. So he has to go, he has to basically go to he basically had to go to a high school or something to go get Arthur, or Artie for short. Basically, Shrek, and along with Donkey and Puss in Boots, go on this adventure to get Artie to bring him back to Far, Far Away. However, meanwhile, Fiona, is pregnant in this movie, and she has a baby shower with some other princesses and her mom. However, that's when Prince Charming with a bunch of other villains try to take over for Far, Far Away, which they successfully do that and imprisoned everybody. However, though, when Shrek and Puss in Boots and Donkey return with Artie, they're realizing in Far, Far Away that what's going on is just amazing. Basically, what happens is Prince Charming has a plan to kill Shrek in his play. So, basically, Fiona and everyone who was imprisoned got together and they battle against Charming to get Charming back. Well, not Charming, but to free Far, Far Away. So as soon as they free Far, Far Away and they defeat, Prince Charming and everybody else, and Artie becomes king, Fiona and Shrek have 3 children, and Donkey has the donkeys, which we see them at the end of the second movie, if you don't remember. But yeah, that's basically the end of the movie. I know I went too quickly on this, but I'm going to say right now that I could definitely say this movie was okay, I guess. It was alright. It's not the best I've seen, but I can definitely say that I have a couple of negatives that I want to go through. Now, one thing I could definitely say was the plot is kind of bland. The plot is kind of bland, basically having Charming and his minions try to take over Far, Far Away. Now, they've already done something like that with Fairy Godmother in Shrek 2, but in that case, the plot line was pretty bland. It's pretty bland, on my opinion. It's kind of like a cheeseburger. You eat it, you think it's gonna be juicy and all that, but no, it just tastes like crap. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is the plot is very bland. However, the fact that King Artie didn't want to be king and all that, and that, and that Shrek didn't want to be king, I can kind of really understand, not a lot of people like this movie because, it's kind of crap. Even Toy Story 3 did a much better job at this rate. But however, this movie is just kind of bland. It's okay, but it's fine if you guys don't like it. If you don't like this movie, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I honestly found this movie to be quite bland. Now, I could definitely say that there were a lot of new characters being introduced, and lots of people were like, "Why do we need a third Shrek movie?" Like, I didn't really understand why we needed the third Shrek movie. Like, some people like it, which is fine, but I honestly think that maybe making a third movie was not a great idea because the movie plotline was pretty bland, in my opinion. It was just, I think it was, as a kid, I liked it, but then when I got older, I'm looking at it after watching it for the first time in a couple years. I'm like to myself, why did this movie have to exist? This movie actually really could have been something. Like, it could have been, a pretty decent movie or a decent third movie, like Toy Story 3 was a very good one. However, this movie just decides, to come up with something bland. They could have come up with something a little better, but unfortunately, that's not the case. And I don't understand why they didn't sit there and, come up with another better plot line except this thing. The fact that Charming wants to take over Far Far Away. I do know that, the first two films are great, but this one was just a bland movie. Like, well, at least they got all the characters and the actors back, which is good. And they introduced some new characters, which they were okay. But I do have to say, I think it's been repeated over and over and over again in certain, parts. There's no, storybook book intro. Well, it's basically about, Charming acting out the story about him going to like the tower to save Princess Fiona, but only to be, attacked by Shrek. Okay. Now, I could definitely say right now that this movie actually had some potential, but it's very bland. I can really say, Nate, right now. Like, when I watched the movie, partway through, I think it was the part where, Charming, where Rapunzel portrays, everyone, and she's evil with, Prince Charming. Okay. I was like, oh my god, are you serious right now? Like, oh my goodness, they're using the same things that have been used over and over and over again. Like, I don't mind if they use, like, something, like a character portraying them afterwards. I don't mind if any movie does that. Like, as long as it's done in a really good way and there's a big reason why that's the case. But this movie is just, they keep using certain things that's been used over and over and over again. The jokes are not as great as the first two Shrek movies were. Like, I remember the first two Shrek movies were good, but this one had very bland jokes in it, and that's kind of the reason why I'm not really that care about the third movie. But I really do say that the third movie as a kid, I really found it cute, but as an adult, I honestly really don't care about it anymore as much as I used to. But it's an okay movie, I can definitely say that, but it's a very bland one. Now, what could have been done to make this movie better is maybe they added, like, a new plot line. Like, a new, better plot line that would grab anyone's attention. Like, take an example from Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs. That third sequel is a really good... Along with Toy Story 3, that third sequel was really good. I could definitely say Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs did very good. They could have had some inspiration, from similar to what has not been done before. Like, they could have made it just as good as Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs did. Like, they could have sat there and, do all that. But unfortunately, though, I don't know what the director's mind was to do this. Now, some of the jokes in there have been used over and over again, and they were repeated and oh my goodness. You know how I feel about bland movies, people. Now, with that said, this is a pretty bland movie. I don't really care about it too much, but I'll give out the positives now that I've gone with the negatives. Now, one thing is for sure, the animation's good. I can definitely say that. The animation's good. Nothing's changed. I could definitely say that the concept was bland, but it had some potential. I can definitely give credit that it had some potential. The voice acting was pretty good. Like, they got all the original voice actors back and all that, which is good. And I could definitely say that, the storyline was a bland one yet again, but it did have some potential on coming up with something a little different, but they kept using the same things that have been used over and over and over again. That's that's definitely something I could definitely say right now. Okay. I guess I kind of explained too much, but yeah, let's say. Like I'm going to say right now, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to this movie, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. If you do not like this movie, that's fine. If you like this movie, I respect your opinion. My final rating of this movie is going to be a 6 out of 10. I know a 6 out of 10 might be a little high for a movie that is bland, but it had a decency of coming up with something a little different. Like, the plot line could have been something a little different, but it's pretty bland. The movie's alright, it's just not my favorite. That's why this movie is getting a 6 out of 10. But with all that being said, I really don't know what else to say about this movie. And anyways, what did you all think about this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the channel Lioness. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And like always, I will... Oh, and before I go, if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure you like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every day, single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you will get notified to when I upload. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.